Hello and welcome. I'm Michaela, and this is To Be Known, a podcast all about authenticity, vulnerability, and connection. I turned 24 last week, and I decided that I wanted to share 24 lessons that I have learned to give you a present, because making this podcast has been such a gift to me already. I decided that I wanted to give you, my listener, a gift, and that gift being 24 lessons that I have learned throughout the course of my life. Because let's be real, we learn lessons on the daily, on the monthly, on the weekly, on the yearly, and I just decided that maybe some of the lessons that I have learned could potentially help you in your life. Who knows? I don't know. There's no better way for me to celebrate my birthday than by giving you some love and some knowledge that I have gained throughout my life. So hopefully one of the lessons that I have learned will help you. And, I learned them in my life, so they've definitely helped me. But yes, I am going to be giving you 24 lessons for the 24 years that I have been alive. Before we get into today's episode, I just want to say thank you for subscribing, all of the people who have supported me on this journey. This year leading up to 2024 has been such a beautiful year where I really tapped into who I am as a person, and making this channel has been such a passion of mine, and I'm just really happy that people are aligning with the things that I am saying, and I hope that I'm helping people out there in the world. Also, the people who have opened up to me throughout this process, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for giving me your time and your attention. Thank you for giving me your love, and I hope that you like today's episode. If you're new here, thank you as well. I have a lot of gratitude for my birthday this year, and I just want to share that gratitude with you all, because I don't know, you guys are this is a part of my life now, and it's become a very big part of my life, and I just want to give gratitude where gratitude is due. So thank you all a lot. Just have to say that before we get to today's episode. But with that being said, I'm going to be numbering off all of these things. If you need a look through, I'm also going to be putting all of the things that I've learned in the description, just in case you need a little refresh of what I've said, because trust me, there are some good ones in here, I promise. And maybe there are some things that you already know, but maybe you learned something new today. Who knows? With all of that being said, let's get into the 24 lessons that I have learned as a 24-year-old. First things first, no one cares like you do. This has been a lesson in my life where I am someone who cares so much about people and just life and the things that I do, the effort that I put out into the world, that I have forgotten that not everyone cares as much as I do. And it's hurt me at times because I wanted people to care more than they actually did, but that's not my problem. That's not my job to make other people care as much as I do. So if you are someone out there who cares a lot, just remember, not everyone's going to care as much as you do, and that is okay. It's okay if people don't care as much as you do, but protect yourself if you are someone who cares a lot, just like me. Number 2, there are people out there who will love you for who you are. When I was younger, I didn't really know if people loved me for who I was. I felt like at times I had to put up a facade and be like other people in order for them to like me. And it made me feel really alone and isolated and just like I couldn't be myself. And over time, as I've gone through friendships and as I've gone through, high school and college and coming out of college, I've really found the people in my life who love me and who accept me for who I am as a person. And it took me a while to find my people, to find the people in my life that I felt like I didn't have to do anything or be anyone I wasn't in order for them to like me. And I do just want to say, if you are in a position like this right now, there are people out there who are going to love you for who you are. You just have to wait, and you have to try to find them. Number 3, more concerts less parties. This one is honestly pretty self-explainable. In my opinion, I'm just saying, in my opinion, a little party always hurts somebody. Whereas concerts, they're always fun. They're always fun, and you make so much more memories, and they're just such a better social experience. You go with your friends, you guys make a ton of memories, and they're just always better than parties, in my personal opinion. And I wish that I went to more concerts and less parties when I was specifically a teenager, because I definitely partied a lot when I was a teenager. But that's okay. I got that energy out, and I've gotten older, and now I know more concerts, less parties. And that is a life lesson that I stick by. Number 4, don't grip too tightly onto things. Whatever it is in your life that you might be gripping tightly onto, it can feel very suffocating when you are holding on to ideas or people or situations or feelings and you're not letting them go. Because a lot of the times when we are gripping very tightly onto something, chances are that's the thing that we need to let go of. And I wish that I let myself let go of some things in my life rather than gripping so tightly onto them, because it would have saved me from a lot of pain if I had just let go. So that is number 4. Number 5, be intentional about your choices, but don't be paralyzed by how many options there are. I am someone that suffers from analysis paralysis, and I am an overthinker and a perfectionist, and I just want to choose the absolute best option or the best thing for me to do. And this has led me to be very stuck in certain situations and at certain periods of my life, this analysis paralysis. I just want to say, if you are someone who does this, just go with your intuition, go with the first thing that you want to do, and whatever is supposed to happen will happen. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't overthink. Just make a decision and go. Because indecisiveness, honestly, just doesn't serve you. It just makes things a lot more easy when you make a choice. So just make a choice. Just do it. Number 6, things aren't that serious until you turn 18. If you are someone who is a teenager, before you turn 18, your life, everything feels so serious and so cutthroat. But once you turn 18 and you leave your childhood behind and you go to college or you start working, whatever it is, you will realize that all of the things that happened when you were younger, all of those things, situationally, it depends. But nothing is that serious until you turn 18. Yeah, do well in school, but don't force yourself to be perfect in school. Just do the best that you could do, because nothing is that serious until you turn 18. Number 7 kind of goes along with number 6, but you are not really an adult until you get out of college or you're in the working world. College is a time where you are just a baby adult and you're making decisions and you're figuring out where you want to go next in life, and you are not with your parents or your guardians, whoever you were with in your childhood. You are on your own and you're making decisions for yourself in college. But you're also in college, so you have the cushion room of just figuring out the things that you want to do in life and how to spend your time. It is a very much a transitional phase. So once you get out of college, that's when real life starts. Or once you're in the workforce, that's when real life starts. If you're someone who doesn't go to college, that happens for you a little bit sooner than those who did go to college. But once you are working and once you are truly putting in the effort for your career and your future, you aren't really an adult. So also, don't take life too seriously and just don't act older than you actually are. If I'm going to be honest, that's something I needed to learn. Number 8, say yes more. Sometimes we can catch ourselves in a phase of saying no to a lot of things, or just not putting ourselves out there in the world, that challenging myself to say yes more to social things and to career opportunities and to just people in my life It's made me feel a lot more free and feel more connected to the things around me as well as my future. So saying yes more is definitely a lesson that I have learned. Number 9, say no more. Because I've also been a yes man, and I have had people pleasing tendencies that saying no and putting my foot down and setting some boundaries has also been very beneficial to me. So I know those two are kind of like, ugh, say yes more, say no more. Come on, like anyone could say that. But it's true. These are the lessons that I've learned in my life. And saying no has really helped me have a more clear understanding of my wants and my needs and my desires, because I've definitely gone through periods of my life where I was just a yes man or woman. Those are not good periods of life to be in, because you need to have a little bit of a backbone, and you need to say no and to put your foot down sometimes, and that it's okay for you to do that. That is something that I have personally had to learn in my life, is that it is okay for me to say no when it really counts. Number 10, stick to the things that you care about. At certain times in my life, especially when I was a teenager, I let go of a lot of the things I really cared about, just because it felt like the easier thing to do. It felt like my friends weren't doing those things, and I just kind of gave up on it because I wanted to be like my friends. I wanted to be like the people in my life that I let go of some of the things that I cared about. And 2 of those things being reading and writing. When I was younger, pretty much up until my junior or senior year, I wrote and read a lot as a kid. And I really tapped into my social life and really caring about those things for a couple of years, that I lost my connection with that side of me, this reading and writing side of me. I didn't get back into it until I was halfway through college. And when I got back into writing and avidly reading, it was like something switched back on inside of me, and I started to feel very whole again. When I really dived back into writing full force, probably at the beginning of last year, at the beginning of 2023, I realized that I wanted to do a creative project called To Be Known, and that led me to doing this channel. And I realized that whole time, 4 years of my life where I really let go of my reading and my writing, I wish that I stuck to the things that I cared about throughout that process, because it would have made me feel a lot more like myself during that period of my life if I had. So stick to the things that you care about. I promise it'll serve you more in the end. Number 11, protect your energy. I have gone through experiences where I did not protect my energy. I didn't really fully have boundaries between myself and other people. And this was a very dark part of my life where I wasn't protecting my energy. When I came out on the other side, when I started to feel more secure in myself and I started to protect my energy once again and started to have boundaries and started to say no a lot more, I realized that I should have been protecting my energy and taking care of things that I needed to take care of that whole time. I wish that I protected myself a little bit more, that I protected my energy, and that I didn't let things go in the ways that they did at certain points in my life. Protecting your energy is just so important and so essential for your development and your happiness, that I wish that I protected my energy during the phases of my life where I didn't. Number 12, you don't need to be better. You just need to be okay. When I was in a phase of my life where I was feeling very lost and very hurt, I really clung on to this idea that I needed to be better. And it really tore my life into 2, because I was so focused on this idea of do better, be the best version of yourself that you could be. Yet at the same time, I felt like trash. And I wasn't actually a bad person. I was trying to do everything in my power for me to be the most highest form and version of myself that I could possibly be. But it was so damaging. And I wasted so much time on not being okay and secure within myself that once I came out on the other side of that, learning that lesson and realizing that little piece of me, that little thing that I needed to hear, really healed something very deep within me. This idea of you don't need to be better. You just need to be okay. Number 13, some of the people you will love the most, you just haven't met yet. This idea is something that I saw on Instagram a while back. And once I heard this quote, it was very deeply moving to me because it was at a point in time where I just really wanted some more love in my life and I didn't know where to look. When I realized that, it brought a lot of peace inside of me. This idea that the people I will love the most, they are out there in my life in the future. I just have to wait and be okay and know that they are coming. It was a very peaceful, serene thing that really settled something within me that I just felt like including it in today's episode because maybe there's someone out there who also needs to hear it. Number 14, there's a reason for everything. This was something that I learned early on in life. This idea that there is a reason for absolutely everything. Every choice, every decision, everything that happens in your life leads you to the next, which leads you to the next. And years later down the line, something that you did years ago led you to the place that you are at now. Everything happens for a reason. Every person that comes in our life, they come into our life for a reason because they're there to teach us a lesson. Whether or not they stay or go, we don't know until it happens, but there is a reason for absolutely everything in your life. It's just up to you to figure out why. Number 15, say what you want to say. This is something that I did not learn until very recently. This idea that I can say whatever I want and that it is okay for me to voice myself and to express myself fully and genuinely. I thought that I was only allowed to say certain things, that I really wasn't allowed to speak up about my emotions and the things that I cared about and the things that mattered to me until one day I really realized it. I realized just how blocked my voice was when I realized that I am allowed to say what I want to say and that it is okay just because I'm allowed to say whatever I want. You're allowed to say whatever you want. That is the freedom of speech. But I didn't think that this applied to me. And when I realized that it did, it was one of the most freeing things that I have ever experienced in my life. And it also led me to this podcast that I can say whatever I want to say because most of the time, I think I have some pretty good things to say. Just saying. I don't know. But yes, this idea of say what you want to say has been one of the most pivotal lessons that I have learned in my life. Number 16, treat others the way you want to be treated. The golden rule, we are taught this when we are in elementary school, or at least I was, and it has stuck with me ever since I was a kid. I remember the first time that I heard this rule, it felt like fireworks went off inside of me. I really could think about the first time that I heard about this. It is something that I truly have lived my life based on, this way of treat others the way that you want to be treated. And yes, sometimes I have slipped up and I have not treated others the way that I have wished to be treated. I'm not going to lie, I'm being honest, but basically pretty much everything that you do just treat others the way that you want to be treated. You should be treating others kindly, because whatever circumstance you are in, if someone is not treating you kindly back, at least you know, hey, I protected my energy. I did what I did, and I was still kind throughout it all. And it gives you a sense of pride when you live your life by this way, this idea of treat others the way you want to be treated. It's just, I love the golden rule. I will teach it to my children when they come out of the womb. That will be the first thing I say. Treat others the way you want to be treated. It's great. I love it. It's like one of the best lessons that you could live your life based on. Number 17, eat the cookie. It is not going to hurt you. I'm just going to leave it at that. Eat the cookie. It's not going to hurt you. Just eat the cookie. Number 18, you are free to do or be anything that you wish. You just have to be smart about it. Freedom is something that I did not know was available for me until I got out of college. This idea of, oh, I actually can do or be whatever I want to. I just have to be smart about it so that I don't regret any decision or choice that I make. It's just this idea of knowing that you have the freedom to literally do anything, be anyone that you want to be. It's just up to me to be smart about it and to make good decisions. That's really it. That's all that this lesson is about. Number 19. Love is a feeling and a choice. When I was younger, I was definitely lost in this idea of a fairy tale type of love. That love is this all-consuming, passionate feeling that you have in life, which can be true. But I did not learn until I was much older that love is a choice. Love starts as this magical feeling that you have for someone. It is a beautiful feeling to have, but it is also a choice, because when life gets real and when life gets hard, you choose to love the people in your life. When people hurt you, it's your choice to continue to love them or to let it go. And that's been something that I have had to learn, that love is a feeling and it is also a choice. Number 20, don't take things too seriously. Well, here's the thing about this one. Sometimes I think that I take people's reactions or the things that they say a little bit too seriously. I take things a little bit out of context at points in time. And I take situations a little bit too seriously that I really don't need to. And I have definitely just taken things in general a little bit too seriously. And I didn't need to do that. It ended up hurting me more in the end. And usually when this happens, I realized, oh God, like that was a little embarrassing that I took that a little bit too seriously. Because I didn't really need to take things as seriously as I actually did. Because there's just certain things in life where you don't have to take things as seriously as you might be. If you are someone who is a little bit of this way, where you grip on a little bit too tight, or you take control of things, or you just try to figure it out, sometimes you don't have to take things too seriously. And that is a lesson that I have learned personally. Don't take things too seriously. We're getting towards the end here. We have 4 more to go. And number 21 is personally my favorite. You create the life that you live. Wow. Sometimes you just need a reminder of that you create the life that you live. Every day you wake up and you do things that create the life that you live. The things that you do, you create your mentality, you create your thoughts, you create your emotions, you create your behaviors. All of these things, this life that you live, everything is up to you. You create it. It is all your choice. It is all the freedom of your expression of whatever you want your life to be. If you are in a bad spot, and you can't seem to get out of it, sometimes remembering this, that you create the life that you live, sometimes it can kick you in the right direction to trying to make your life feel beautiful and to be a great thing. Because when I realized this, that I create the life that I live, I was in a dark spot. And I took a lot of time and intention and journaling trying to figure out exactly what life I wanted to live. And then everything fell into place from there. I started to do things. I started to say things. I started to be so aligned with this manifestation that I had for myself of what life I wanted to live. And now I'm living it. You create the life that you want to live. It's all your creation. You are an artist and your life is your art. It is your creation and your expression of who you are. Just do the best that you can. Do the best that you can because no one else can do it for you. Number 22, keep your expectations low and your hopes high. My dad pretty much raised me on this quote, and I think his dad also taught him this idea of keep your expectations low and your hopes high. Be a realist about the things that go on in life. People are going to disappoint you. You are going to be hurt. People are going to tell you no. You might not get the job. You might not get into the college. You might not get the relationship. Whatever it is, it might not happen. So keep your expectations low, but let yourself hope for the best. Don't let go of hope. Let yourself have that where you wish that your life can be everything that it can be. But know in your heart that it might not be that way, because you have to be okay with this idea that your life might not be everything that you think it will be. And that's okay, because that's the reality of life. That's that idea of keeping your expectations low, but let yourself dream big. Let yourself dream of everything that you want to dream, because the more you dream it, the more you allow yourself to have your hopes be high, the more likely that they will happen for you. Because like I said earlier, your life is yours to create. Keep your expectations and your dreams high, and you might just reach them. Know that life will get in the way, and keep your expectations low for that reason. Because nothing in life is set in stone. Nothing in life is to be expected, but you still deserve to let your hopes and your dreams fly. Thanks, Dad. Number 23. You don't have to be perfect. Just be you. I worried a lot about what was expected of me, of what people thought I should be, of what I thought I should be. I really had this idea that I had to be perfect in order to be enough, in order to be loved. And I didn't realize that I could just be myself and that it would be enough. And that is something that it took me a lot longer than I would like to admit, this lesson that I learned, that I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to do the best. I don't have to be the best. I just have to be myself and just be genuine and be authentic and just let people know who I am as a person, and that it's okay. Good things will happen if I am myself. Last but not least, number 24, give yourself a chance. You'll never know what it can lead you to. I gave myself a chance starting to be known, and although it is small right now, it is such a big passion of mine, and I cannot wait to see where it can lead me to and how it can grow, because I feel as though I've changed a lot throughout this process of starting a channel, and I've realized a lot of the things that I want out of life and who I want to be as a person as I've started it, as I've kept creating, as I'm learning about so many things. My life has been infinitely fuller since starting this podcast. And in all of the other things that I have taken a chance on, it has only led me to a better place in my life. You deserve to take a chance on yourself because you never know where it can lead you to. If you are wanting to do something that might seem a little risky, it might seem a little out there, put yourself out there. Take the risk if it is something that you genuinely believe is going to serve you, because it will make your life so much better if you let yourself take a chance, because you never know where it's going to lead you to. Out of all of the lessons that I've learned, I definitely have some of my favorites, and I would love to know what lesson of mine is your favorite. So comment down below what number was your favorite out of all of the lessons that I talked about today. And remember that they are also in the description below if you need a little refresher. With that being said, it is time for our question of the week. What is your favorite lesson that you have learned from your own life? Think about it, write about it, talk to someone who you love and trust about it. I will be here next week with another episode. If anyone was born on September 8th, also let me know down in the comments, because that's my birthday and we'll be birthday twins. I love learning about stuff like that. But with that being said, please subscribe on YouTube. Give this video a thumbs up. You could also listen on Spotify. Follow on Instagram at tobeknown.co. Follow on TikTok at tobeknownco. Those links are also going to be down below as well if you want to look into them. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Stay true to you. Bye.